Hello. I'm honored to join you today as we keep our promise, even while we can't be together in person, to remember the Armenian Genocide and rededicate ourselves to the cause. The Genocide Education Project was born out of a sense of injustice and frustration. Although a law had been passed in California encouraging Armenian genocide education, it wasn't happening in classrooms. Teachers told us they didn't feel qualified, nor did they have the tools to teach this serious and sensitive subject. We brought this problem to our school board in San Francisco, and then we worked with them to draft a comprehensive teacher manual and provide teacher training based on that manual. And with the success of our first teacher training workshop, GenEd was formally established. We built a website where teachers can freely download instructional materials. We created a YouTube channel for videos that align with educational standards. We go to 4 to 5 major social studies conferences every year, a national conference and regional conferences in the Northeast, Midwest, Texas, and California, where we give educational presentations and distribute our materials. We now have given our training workshops in multiple cities of 15 different states. It's during these workshops that we have the teachers' undivided attention for a full day, introducing them to Armenia's ancient history and culture, and giving them the context, chronology, and aftermath of the Armenian Genocide, including America's response, the continuing denial, and how all of these still influence current events. Along the way, we've built important partnerships with local Armenian-American communities. This is the only way our progress can continue, by working with you, our community members on the ground, who have personal relationships with your teachers, your school districts, your local school boards, and legislators. After providing educational expertise to help pass legislation, GenEd was then called upon to provide numerous teacher training workshops. We know we've developed an effective formula. It simply awaits your participation to bring it to your hometown. The return on investment is huge because each teacher we're able to reach will then teach this history to up to 100 new students every year. Working together, we can do it. Taking William Saroyan's words as inspiration, we can say, when two Armenians meet, see if they will not organize a GenEd workshop. Now I'm happy to introduce you to GenEd's Education Director, Sarah Cohan.
As a human rights educator and the grandchild of an Armenian genocide survivor, I want people to know our history and our struggle. And I want them to apply that knowledge to the choices they make as citizens today and as future leaders. I want them to use that knowledge to more deeply understand genocide, its denial, and contemporary human rights crises. Each time I prepare for a workshop or create new materials for educators, I keep these goals in mind. The goal to teach the specific history of the Armenian Genocide, and the goal to empower students to understand their role in countering genocide denial and hate. As Armenian Americans, we intimately understand what genocide does to its victims and to the generations of their descendants. That gives us a unique ability and responsibility to help others confront prejudice and hate. And when we expand our efforts to include the suffering of others, more people recognize and support our journey towards justice. Teaching traumatic histories must be done in a way that carries a sense of agency, not despair. It is a tightrope between teaching the truth about genocide and helping students find their voice to confront injustice in their own communities and globally. Today, finding that balance is even more challenging. We face a pandemic that impacts students personally, while human rights issues around the world are exploding almost as quickly. At the Genocide Education Project, we are working with educators and using a special lens at this time. We are offering curriculum and training highlighting examples of responsible, ethical actions taken by ordinary individuals during the Armenian Genocide and other major crises. These are especially important lessons to support human rights efforts today. Thank you.
Disease, death, genocide. In Armenia, people died. Spread the word, try to be heard. Don't deny the people's cry. #GotTruth.